So then, welcome to Baldur's Gate 3, everybody. We're going to be heading through the, I think it's called like the Nautipod, or the Nautilus, something like this. In any case, once you've gotten through the first cutscene, first thing you really want to do is start exploring around everywhere. You're going to find that there are hidden bits and bobs all over the place. We're going to take a look around upstairs, see if we can find anything. We probably don't want to go through smoke over there, but I know on the other side, so if we come over this way, look up onto this platform, you can see we have a chest right here. We're going to go ahead and get that collected. Once you arrive here, start looting chests. Then we should be able to head on back downstairs, get this mind-flayer looted. I want to loot as much as we can. Right now we are officially poor. I'm going to go ahead, interact with the nursery over here.
That thing came from. The parasite now writhing behind your eye.
Let's investigate. My intelligence here is going to betray me. This is why I was saying before about it's a good idea, realistically, if you don't mind respecking later on, having
fragile.
Lots of stats above 10.
Touch could cause it to crumble.
Let's reach into the pool. We got blown up. Now what this gives us is the opportunity to show. I think this is realistically only in here, but we can touch these restoration pods. We'll go ahead and get healed. So once you're happy that you've had a look around, and just in case I've missed stuff, make sure you hover over everything. If you're on PC, hold your Alt button. Don't know about like consoles and stuff like this, if you'll have a similar thing, but you can see Alt highlights, not all, but some of the things you can interact with in the environment. With that done, I'm going to go ahead, move through the sphincter. This game likes sphincters. No enemies in this room, so we can go ahead and loot whatever we want. Again, bring up your Alt button here because we've got an Illithid record. Let's take that, why not? Yeah. Stuff all over the place. Eldritch tablet we can have. Doesn't really do much for us, if I'm honest, right now. But what we want to do, you might hear a voice calling you over. We're going to head on up the lift. Once we're up here, we're going to go ahead and interact with this twitching body over here.
Yes, you've come to save us from this place. From this place, you'll free us.
The exposed brain quivers in expectation.
Please. Before they return! They return.
So, I don't think any of these ones matter too much. But we do want it on side. We're going to attempt to get this out successfully.
From this husk.
This is a free companion for the duration of the tutorial area.
Devourer, a minion of the mind-flayers who abducted you.
So, let's go with this. You sound afraid.
Enemy. So many enemies. Remove us from this body. From this case. Free us. Please.
Okay, so, have a few options. You should probably investigate first. If you succeed, even if you have a minus, that will help us in the next roll when it comes to extracting. I'm being told as well that this is recommended if you want to get as much as you can out of the starting area, which is definitely something that I agree with.
Against the shell of the skull.
And we are going to go with, because that's got our best modifier on it, I reckon. That's 75%, that's 70%. It's about the same. Let's go with dexterity here. Now this is where you can do something called save scumming. On the PC, F5 is going to make the screen flash. Therefore, if we want this to definitely happen and we fail the roll in a second, we can reload literally right here and do it again. We have succeeded though, so it's fine. I don't know how much save scumming is recommended though.
But you notice an opportunity. You could cripple the strange creature, making it more subservient should it prove a threat.
We're going to split the creature.
Free. Our freedom is ours, friend.
The creature pauses, listening. Something behind your eyes seizes in recognition.
We must go to the helm. At the helm, we are needed.
That's where we're going to go.
To the helm we go. We are going to the helm.
Now we have a friend. Cool. This is going to just be mildly helpful as we move on forward. There's not really too much up here, I don't think, if I remember correctly. I do feel like, though, chest on the other side somewhere. I'll have a quick double check. No, maybe not. The one on these ledges. No. Alright, let's go through. We're going to get our next party member now. Probably one that's going to stay in your party for quite a while, unless you're wanting to respec characters, which I do recommend, although you may not want to do it immediately, just so you can get used to them. Most of the characters that we are given have stat spreads that are not all that advantageous, lots of odd numbers that they're not making very much use of. So, unless you're going to spend some feats on them to even them out, it's a good idea to get them respect.
This is your end. Your head throbs and your skin tingles.
Here we have Lae'zel anyway.
A dragon's wing, a silver sword, and a flash of your face seen through the strange woman's eyes.
Oh, my head. What is this? Skvar, you are no thrall. Vlaakith blesses me this day. Together, we might survive.
Just happy to see us. So here we can have a choice of whatever we want. You guys go ahead and ask whatever questions you like. So it depends on how much you really like the look of this NPC.
We carry mind-flayer parasites. Unless we escape, unless we are cleansed, our bodies and minds will be tainted and twisted. Within days, we will be Geich, mind-flayers.
Again, so next up we've got... We're turning into mind flayers. It's a bit alarming, right? Who even knows what a mind flayer is? Tentacle face, I guess.
First, we exterminate the imps.
We got some imps here.
Then we find the helm and take control of the ship. As for that thing, it will remain tame as long as it believes we are thralls. It may be of use in the fight to come.
Okay, so we have our first combat tutorial. You can see we have rolled what is called initiative. This is the order in which the turns are going to take place. All of the fact they've got burning hands already, that's hilarious. Let's demonstrate why we took some of our abilities, shall we? That doesn't quite go far enough. Eventually we will get range on it though. Oh, we're going to burn it. It's fine. It's fine. We have our little friend. Can just run in, do whatever it wants, wherever it wants. Now we'll look at Lae'zel's inventory in a second. She has a very nice piece of gear. I don't know if we can make it so that we can hit this. So there's something to note, right? So I don't know if you can see it. I don't even actually know if there's a way of highlighting it. Basically around your characters. If an enemy passes through like its control zone, tries to exit that zone, you'll get like a free attack called an attack of opportunity. So if you want to defend like a character, a good idea is to have like a blocking NPC in front of it. Lae'zel, when she gets in, hits like a truck. This is just a fact of life when it comes to fighters. Really, really nice. She's going to get, like, the warrior gets some really good abilities as we move forward. Another good tip that I've just been passed is we can right click on enemies as well. Apparently I can't. Whoops. Skipping turns instead right now. I'm going to have to check what that button is. But by default, you should be able to right click on an enemy and then bring up that enemy's weaknesses. I'll have to check what I've made my key binding. Let's try ourselves a firebolt here. Our basic spell. Now, something for me to point out to you here. So because we used Burning Hands, you see here we have these two squares. Calls them spell slots. We should realistically call these casts, okay? Think of these as like kind of a mana pool, but it's basically physically how many spells you can cast. So if I go ahead and cast this now and waste it, I now have no spells left and I can't cast what are considered level 1 spells anymore. Cantrips, these can always be cast. So these are like the normal, easy ones. Maybe we'll reorder this in a bit so we can see kind of what the order is. But that's just something worth noting when it comes to your spells. Now, when I was talking before, we're looking at Lae'zel. If you are a character that can wear medium armor, and you would prefer to be the one doing the fighting in the front, this is extremely powerful armor early on in the game. In fact, once we get another weapon for her very soon, Lae'zel can carry us through quite a lot of fights. Almost single-handedly, so pretty good. Again, so to reset these spell points then, usually you would have to do a long rest. This is like spending the night somewhere. This sometimes progresses the story forward, stuff like this. I believe the Warlock can restore some of their spells by a short rest, which you ordinarily on a mage simply restores health. There will be some resources on the fighter that just always restore. Usually when you highlight over it, you can see here, look, we have, when you look at the panel, we've got second wind, we have 2 to 11 healing, the dice rolled gives us that number underneath. Draw on your stamina to heal yourself short, and then underneath we see the short rest. That's how we reset that ability. So each encounter she can use this, right? And then if we take a short rest, comes back. Real handy. She's actually really, really good. She comes with the mage hand as well, so she can like interact with things from a distance, all sorts of stuff. I guess the Yankee race is probably like the most overpowered race overall. I refuse to use it for that reason. Let's see if we've got any loot in here. Now, luckily for us, because we are aboard the ship and in tutorial area, we interact with this. Had all of our spells reset, so that's all good. Let's take a look around the room. We don't want to miss any loot. This is the way out, so maybe want to leave that till last in terms of directions. We have a simple robe. We don't really need it. We're already wearing stuff like this. Again, so once we're happy with everything that we've collected, we can go ahead and make our way up. It's up to you if you want to like individually click to activate the climbing, or if you want to like click to the top. Both of them usually work unless it's like a jump or something like this. Okay, so moving on to the next room, we should, I think, in here come to Shadowheart. Yes.
Knowing its purpose.
So, we could choose to touch nothing, but I already know what all these do. Now, just as an example, if we go ahead and interact with one of these, inverted commas, screens, it'll take a test, and if you pass, it'll tell you what it says. What I do know is this middle one is going to release these thralls, so we'll have to fight them. If you want 20 XP, you could do that. This one on the right-hand side is going to kill them. Because we can. And I can't remember what the left one and the one on the left side is going to do. We've got some free gold for doing that, so that's fine. I'm being yelled at to loot absolutely everything. You guys could do this. And crossbows are actually 100% better in every way than shortbows, apparently. So we will probably end up switching to those. We are a mage caster, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to interact with this.
Get me out of this damn thing! We have no time for stragglers.
Okay, so we're going to look at this. In fact, we're actually going to go with the Arcana. But because of my intelligence, we only get +1. This could be interesting. This might be a good time to save scum, so make sure you have your screen flash like mine does. There we go. We passed. We're good.
Warding runes. You feel them drawing energy from the console near to the pod.
So let's look for a latch.
Construction is too alien. Nothing looks familiar.
This ship is crashing. Do you intend to die for a stranger?
Let's see if we can get it open. We definitely want to do this. I think she's still recruitable after this anyway. If we don't get her out, it just means she likes us more. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to interact with this. It's also going to make the next encounter way easier. And there's a sword there that we definitely want.
The console hums to life.
Let's go ahead with this. Ooh, we need to roll a 9. Oh, look at that. Very bad roll. And I didn't save.
The appearance of the device betrays its purpose. It could do anything.
It's still gonna work.
Suddenly, you feel a hideous squirming in your head. A parasite. Then discomfort fades, and another sensation washes over you. Connection. Authority.
This should be easy. Oh my god, my rolls today. We passed. That's all that matters. Whether it's an inch or a mile.
The mechanical brain of the console process your command and yield to it. A shiver runs across your mind. You feel sated.
I mean, 1 in 20 is 5%. You're gonna see 5% failures, right? But here we have Shadowheart joining the party, who does not get along with Lae'zel. You are probably going to want to pick your favorite between the two.
Thank you.
Your mind lurches into her thoughts. Her gratitude is mixed with wariness, because you have a Gith with you.
You keep dangerous company.
Yes.
More that Gith have a problem with everyone else. But there's more important matters right now. Survival. Let me come with you. We can get off this ship and watch each other's backs along the way.
Let's do that.
Shadowheart. One moment.
Interesting item, eh?
It's nothing. Trust me.
Alien waifu prone to violence or half-elf waifu with secrets.
Now.
Which do you choose?
Lead on.
I mean, we are half-elf ourselves. There is probably some bias in there. Okay, so the next thing for me to show is how we open this particular chest. We don't have a thief with us, and even if you were a thief, there's no thief tools here. So we can't actually open this without a key. Which means you're going to want to interact with the sphincter here. Because everybody loves a sphincter in Baldur's Gate 3. Baldur's Gate 3's Sorcerer walkthrough 100% build guide. I'm talking keywords because it's funny. It worked in Star Wars though. We're going to interact with the dead thrall here because it's got a key. We could take a scimitar for no reason. 2 to 7. It's the same. It's the same. It's fine.
Have a lot on my mind. And, well,
A bit of like an intro thing here, in my opinion, as to how these are made. I don't know if there's anything specific we're supposed to do with this, but basically if you interact with the controller at the back, a mind flayer is going to appear in here, and it doesn't really do anything. So,
Very well.
it's up to you what you do.
What's inside?
Says something couldn't. Okay, we'll talk about that. Now, if you have got your context menu bound properly, we can pick up one of these, and we can drop them, I assume anyway, next to a certain enemy later on for some explosive results. And I guess I don't know how many of those you want precisely, but we'll see how it works. But I believe if you want the passive method, we have command, right? No, we don't. Thought she had command. Charm person. Anyway.
Onward then.
Let's go ahead and get the purple one.
We have here.
This is apparently the best one that we want to get. So let's get it. Don't know. We don't even know if the dot mines, but it's fine. We'll find out. We'll find out. Cool. So, right here is a good place to drop yourself a hard save, which is exactly what I'm going to do. So get into your menu.
Once inside.
Excuse me. Yes, thanks for the warning. Let's go into your save menu here and give it a save. I'm going to be doing this quite often because I want basically some access points for where we are, so I can make some guides. Actually very handy. And then we can go ahead and make our way inside. The main target here is going to be... There's an enemy that one of the mind flayers is going to be attacking. We want that enemy to die so that we can nick the sword. Can we swap her spells now, can we? Okay, and so before we go on in here, what you're going to want to do is come into your inventory. Obviously, I by default. Make sure you are on Shadowheart's inventory here. We're going to come on into the spell book, which is in the middle, and then we can actually select the spells that we want to have available to cast. The important ones here are to have Command and Bless. These are going to give you some significant bonuses as we go through this next area. So we definitely want to have those there, and we want to make sure we have some healing on. So make sure you bring this one, particularly the ranged one, in my opinion. The minimum here was the same on both. This one's obviously slightly better. But you definitely want to have healing one on, because that's actually a ranged heal. Once that's done, we can continue onward with our adventure. Okay, so with all that done, we can make our way into the final battle. This one's going to be a little bit tougher if you're not careful.
I'll give it a shot.
Now, something I'm being told very profusely that you can do is cast Bless before you go in, and then use the restoration pod to get your spell back, but we should be all fine.
Connect the nerves of the transponder. We must escape. Now.
Do it. We will deal with the Geich after we escape.
Connect the nerves.
So right now we're going to play along, basically.
Them.
But we're also going to help him defeat this big guy here. We want the XP for this. If you can kill both of them, that's 150 XP. They are going to do most of the damage to each other, which is rather nice. But for now, we have a few smaller enemies we need to deal with on the way down. So first things first, I don't exactly have a lot that I need to do right now. There's no AoE-ish type things that I want to do, so a simple firebolt is probably going to be best. Let's knock you down. We went with a miss, that's a shame. He is not good next, so we can take a couple of steps forward. We do have a turn limit, so be careful. And I believe, like, if you're on harder difficulties, this is lower. But I'm on medium, so 15, I assume, is normal. We'll throw this in. We don't really care whether or not this lives or dies. It's just literally fodder. So the further it gets in stuff's way, the better it is for us.
Victory awaits.
Are you in melee range? That's the question. No, you're not. So we're probably going to bring that around. Whip the bow. Try and put some damage on. And something you can do, even though we can't attack with it, we can have the weapon on here. This means that when we're talking about the attacks opportunity before, you can see that kind of ring come around with her look. If you have the bow on, she won't get that. But if we just re-equip the sword and he tries to run in and out, he probably won't. He's going to attack me. You will get that attack by doing that. Okay, so here, she has plenty of options, but be careful about what you are wasting and where. You may even want to do some safe scoping, because we are wanting to use command, which is level 1 spell, so we're going to get so many chances of this. And we want to tell this guy to drop his weapon. That's going to be a main goal here. For now, though, I think we're just going to Sacred Flame, this cantrip. It's not going to use any of our spell slots, and we can get some damage on. Now, I can't remember who I gave that canister to. It was you.
Time to strike.
Which I assume we're going to want to drop over here. Why are they attacking me? That's just not fair, is it? I think we still want to try and remain aggressive here. We've got a decent amount of healing, so we're okay with all the potions we've been collecting. And again, we're going with the fireball. Tiny bit of damage there. We're going to send this in against this guy. He'll serve as a bit of bait for us, help us knock his health down. And you'll be able to see just looking at him, level 8, level 8. The health difference is just massive. So if you don't help him out, this guy's just going to get flattened.
I am fury. I am death. Make way.
Let's go ahead, ranged attack. Back to the sword. Should probably loot our way through as we move.
On the move.
And we kind of want to be like ready to go and pick it up when we drop it. We don't want to just pick it back up once we've used the command. So we're probably going to use Sacred Flame on you. He's not going to try to attack us right now, so we're just going to stick that on. We could cast a heal, but everyone's got full health because I used a potion.
Ignore the devil. We must take the transponder.
Now, the good idea, in my opinion, to do right now is go and get one person to the place that we need to go to. There are still some enemies for us to fight, but they're not too difficult. It shouldn't really be an issue. And get you in. He usually doesn't do any damage, but there we go. Helps him out a little bit.
I will ascend. Open up.
Just checking we've got no loot to get. Okay, so we're in a pretty good position there. Like, if he drops it now, we can run in and grab the weapon. So we're gonna take a save because he'll probably resist it a couple of times, and we're gonna go ahead and get our command on, and we want him to drop his weapon. Saved. So we're gonna reload. Try again. Again, so after a few rolls, it actually took me like 4 tries. Weapon has dropped, so we're going to nip in there and grab that.
What do we have here?
He's probably going to try to attack us on the way out, but he didn't. That's all good. And if we can look at it, this thing hits like a truck. There's not going to be much that does more damage than this for a long time. And it's going to go straight to Lae'zel because she's going to be doing most of our damage for us. Good thing is this probably pretty much gives him a guaranteed win now. But we do want to try and wait out until he dies. We definitely want that 75 XP. We could also try and kill them both to get the 150, but 75 I think is enough.
Another step forward.
More enemies here. We should get them revealed now.
Hurry before they strike.
So let's just make sure we're clearing ahead. Now the key thing at this point is, right, if we can kill these two and have one character up here, we can immediately leave this scene whenever we want to. So if you wanted, you could have one character up here waiting and then see how much damage you can do to these two. If you could take both of these out, that's all good. If it starts looking a bit dicey, just leave and then you don't really lose anything out of doing that. Which is probably what we're going to do because I have a pretty fast character here. This attacking like that.
Victory awaits.
We should probably have you wait a little bit because we want to get the sword passed over. And in addition, we still have the nautiloid tank, right? So let's go ahead and drop it down before we leave.
On I go.
Pass that over. It's kind of funny, really. I don't know if this will explode it. Can't target animal objects, okay. Okay, so let's end this turn. I wonder if this can set it off for us. We're going to try that in a second. We want a fireball. We don't want to rush too far in there. We definitely want them to come to me at this point. Didn't really do very much, did it?
I am fury. I am death.
I didn't know it did 20 damage. We didn't even bless, look. So, my apology, we should have done this at the beginning, because this will actually make all of our saves and stuff better. Just have to make sure she doesn't take any damage. I was supposed to fireball them. That's fine. Let's try this.
Go again.
Being like that.
One
go.
day, I'll catch a break.
Are they going to take damage on that burning ground now? See that?
Fury.
You're on.
Death.
Alright, so make sure you switch to melee here. You don't want to accidentally be trying to do range damage in close combat. It's not going to work for us. We still have movement, so we can actually loot stuff, which is nice. The question is, how are we looking? So we've got a few turns. There's going to be more enemies to turn up in a minute. We're not too bothered about those. Right, so let's fire off Sacred Flame over there. And then we're going to stay over this end. So we're now going to have a couple of characters just targeting the commander. So they have reinforcements coming through. Now I can reach most of the way there in one run. So if I'm in range, we could actually wait until... until we're like 3 turns away. Come on, little one. Now, as soon as Commander Chalk is down, this guy's going to aggro on us, so we do need to be ready to get out of here. We'll have them both so evenly taking damage that we can take them both out in like one shot. Which can be done if we use something like magic missile. We're going to choose to stay ranged, because otherwise he might target us in melee. We don't want that at all. Mind-flayer doing amazing damage. We might need to switch target here if we want to try. If we're aiming for both, we might need to switch target. We don't want these coming near us, really. That's right, Lord. That is right. Doesn't need to be perfectly min-maxed. He's going to finish him pretty quickly. I think. Saved that time, though. One to 8. Man, I'm getting so many ones on the damage. We might have to try and take just the one, though. So if these come over, then we're in trouble, aren't we? 31. Okay, so because it's looking a bit dicey, we're going to guarantee we take Chalk out. This is close. You could gamble on it, but we want to get this XP and leave. So we're going to drop that. Come over this way. Unless you want to do like lots of reloads and stuff like this. This is going to be the best idea. These things are about to get dicey. We might go in there and slash him. It's risky, but we're doing it. We need him to go down. Oh, he missed. All the comments we missed in the purple tanks. Oh, he won. He won. So now he's coming for us, right? So we've got to be like... So this is like just a medley of doom here, right? Because they're against him. He's against all of us. So... I guess... you could stand here and take damage. But you see how much they hurt, right? So we're just going to come over here. And we're getting out of here. That is going to be the end.
A